All right, welcome to You Son of a Witch Itch. We're diving into not one, but two flash fiction stories this week. Buckle up, because we're going to cover some really epic fantasy and grand adventures, all squeezed into some pretty awesome short tales.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
First up, we've got the Twilight Circus. Imagine, if you will, a teenage runaway Kai. He's desperate, needs shelter, and gets pulled toward this, well, glowing tent. And what's pulling him? A scent. But not just any scent sawdust mixed with something impossibly sweet. What do you think about that initial pull, that contrast between Kai's harsh reality and this almost fantasy world? Why do you think places like that, like the circus, even exist? Or, on a deeper level, why do we as humans seek them out?
You know, it's interesting. The story uses fantasy, sure, but it's rooted in experiences we all can relate to, being lost, wanting something better. That scent, it's almost like a siren song, right?
Yeah.
It makes you think about why we want to escape. Is it just running away from problems? Or maybe is it something deeper? Like, we all need a little wonder in our lives, especially when things are tough.
Right, it really makes you think. And inside the tent, forget about your typical circus. No clowns, no elephants. Instead, we get creatures made of moonlight, a girl who can weave fire like it's nothing, and an old man who seems to be, well, painting nightmares. And then there's the ringmaster. His eyes don't hold any kind of evil, just a deep, deep longing. It's so different from what you'd expect.
It really is. The story flips everything we think we know about circuses on its head. These aren't just performers. They're like living embodiments of fantasy.
And that nightmare painting.
That adds a whole other layer, right? Like, beneath all the wonder, there's this hint of darkness, maybe even danger. It makes you question if the circus is a safe haven or something a little more complicated.
Exactly. And then the ringmaster makes Kai an offer. Food and a place to sleep. All he has to do is clean up. Simple enough. But then we see these amazing illusions, like these shimmering beasts that vanish with a snap of the fingers. It feels like there's something else going on, something deeper. The performances seem more like practice, like they're just for them, not for an audience. What do you think that says about the world they live in, a world where such incredible things are kept hidden?
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of secrecy, maybe even fragility. Like, these powers, these wonders, they're not meant for everyone, or maybe they can't exist out in the open. And the fact that they disappear so easily, it makes you wonder about their reality. Like, maybe the magic itself is somehow delicate, hidden from the everyday world.
And then things get really interesting. Kai, who used to do sleight of hand tricks himself, he starts to feel a connection to this strange circus. It's not just about survival anymore. There's this moment, and it's crucial, where he creates a moth made of pure starlight, and it's like a mirror to the fireflies that the fire-weaving girl creates. And then the old man says, talent or a curse? Which, boy, it depends on choices. That's a pretty powerful statement. It makes you think about the responsibility that comes with having any kind of unique ability, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. It's like Kai's waking up to something inside himself.
Yeah.
The moth marrying the fireflies. That suggests some natural connection to this magic.
Mm.
And the old man's warning, it's all about choice, right? Power, especially magical power, isn't good or bad on its own. It's all about what the person wielding it does with it. It really makes you question fate versus free will. Is Kai destined for a certain path because of this talent, or can he actually choose his own way?
And to add to that, the ringmaster talks about being bound to this place, this twilight hour, this hunger for wonder that only those on the fringes know. And Kai, being an outcast himself, really connects with that. What do you think it means that they both feel like outsiders? Does it say something about where their magic comes from? Maybe it's born out of isolation or a desire for something different or something we haven't even thought of yet.
That connection is so intriguing. Maybe that hunger for wonder isn't just wanting to escape, but it's this deep need to create their own reality, a place where they fit in, where their powers aren't just accepted, but celebrated. Maybe their magic is actually stronger because they're outsiders. It thrives in the space between the ordinary and the extraordinary. What kind of hunger for wonder do you think they have? Is it about rejecting the norm, finding beauty in unexpected places, or even rebelling against a world that just doesn't get them?
I think it's a little bit of all of that, a need to belong, the power to create their own world, and yeah, maybe even a little rebellion against what everyone else thinks is normal. But hey, let's switch gears completely for our second wizarding probe. We're going into the future, into a world of high tech with the hologram heist. So, get ready for some serious thrills with a group of teenage illusionists pulling off a pretty amazing heist.
All right, let's go. I'm ready for some futuristic action.
We meet our crew, Lexi, the leader, always thinking a few steps ahead. Then there's Marco. He's the hologram expert, can make you see things that aren't there. Ben, he's got those neural interface skills, can hack into anything. And then there's Anya, a bit of a wild card, always up to something. And their target. The Ether Core building looks totally normal, just an ordinary warehouse, but it's hiding something dangerous. Mind control tech. What do you think about that? Illusionists mixed with high-tech espionage. It's a pretty cool combo.
It really is. It makes you realize that even in a future where everything is connected, technology can still be used to trick us, manipulate what we see and believe. And the fact that they're teenagers, that says something about who has the power in this world and how even kids can challenge it if they know how.
Absolutely. So their plan is to get into the Ether Core building disguised as, get this, repair droids. Talk about blending illusion and practicality, right? Then the heist starts, and it's like a well-oiled machine. Marco creates these crazy disorienting light shows, Ben hacks into the security cameras, Lexi uses mental projection to trick the head guard. It's all about teamwork. What stands out to you about their skills? They really know how to think outside the box, don't they?
It's all about the synergy. Marco distracts, Ben gets them in, and Lexi messes with their minds. They each have their role, and together they can get past any security measure. Makes you wonder how easily we can be fooled, even with all the technology we have.
Their target is something called the neural net. It's described as shimmering with dangerous possibility. Basically, it's mind control bottled up and ready to be used as a weapon. And right away, we get it, the stakes are high. This isn't about getting rich or famous. They're trying to stop this tech from falling into the wrong hands. That moral dilemma adds another layer to the story, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. Mind control changes everything. Suddenly, it's not just stealing something. It's about stopping a potential disaster. These kids are almost like freedom fighters, trying to protect people's minds. It shows that even with powerful tech, someone has to take responsibility. Someone has to stand up and say no. And these teenagers, they're the ones doing it.
And then, just when you think they've pulled it off, Anya yells out a warning. Armed guards are coming. But Lexi, she doesn't panic. She projects this illusion of panicked employees, the perfect cover for their escape. Talk about thinking on your feet.
That's Lexi for you, a natural leader. To create an illusion that believable, that fast, under pressure, it shows how skilled they are, how they can adapt to anything. And it also proves that illusion isn't just about getting in somewhere, but also getting out alive.
Then they get to the roof, and it's not over yet. They create another illusion, a decoy team rappelling down the building while they escape in their pod. And the last thing we see is the CEO, furious, and our crew checking out the neural net in their hideout. It's a cliffhanger ending for sure. What do you think it means for them? Are they really safe, or is this just the beginning of a much bigger problem?
Oh, it's just the beginning. The CEO's not going to let this go. They'll be hunted. Plus, they have the neural net now. What are they going to do with it? It's a huge responsibility. I think their real challenge is just starting. They have to figure out what to do with this powerful tech and deal with the consequences of stealing it.
So, looking at both of these wizarding probes, we see these groups, these outsiders, Kai and his Twilight world, and Lexi's crew in their futuristic one, both using their own kind of magic, whether it's real magic or tech-based illusions, to navigate their worlds. What do you think it says about power in these stories?
It's really about who has power and how they use it. In the Twilight Circus, it's actual magic that lets these outcasts have their own space, their own rules. In the hologram heist, it's using tech in a clever way to take on a huge corporation. Both stories say that real power isn't always about being the strongest or richest. It can also be about being smart, adaptable, and seeing through the illusions that control so much of our lives.
So, after hearing all this, what do you think it all means for you, for the listener? The Twilight Circus shows us how appealing the unknown can be, and how we can find belonging in unexpected places. Kai's story asks, what's the cost of wonder? What choices do we make when things aren't so black and white? Have you ever had a chance, a maybe even magical opportunity, and had to really think about what to do?
And in the hologram heist, we see how powerful resourcefulness and teamwork can be, especially when challenging those in charge. Lexi's crew proves that being different, being an underdog, can be an advantage. It's about thinking differently, using your skills to fight for what's right. Have you ever seen someone use creative ways to fight injustice? What happened? Did they succeed?
These stories really make you think. In a world full of illusions, how do we know what's real, what's true? It's a question we should all be asking long after this wizarding probe is over.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this adventure through the world of flash fiction on You Son of a Wits Each. If these stories of magic and heists got your imagination going, hit that rate button and follow the show for more awesome tales. Until next time, keep that curiosity alive, and don't be afraid to question the illusions around you.
See you next time.